Look at this thing. Welcome everyone, and welcome to a 2021 Tuono V4 Factory 1100 or 1100 V4 Factory, or however you want to say it. Let's get it started, shall we? I'm 5'9", 32 inch inseam, I think. 31, 32 inch inseam. I can flat foot one side and tiptoe the other. First things first, I've got to go and fill it up. God, this clutch is very light. To be fair, I'm actually really comfortable. I'm cantered forward a little bit. My legs are obviously tucked up underneath me. Yes, it's got a quick shifter. For a 180 odd brake horsepower bike, I've got loads of room. Like, this seat's massive. I've got so many things on my handlebars, so sorry if you can't really see that screen. Hopefully it'll be convenient enough that it covers my speedo for no reason whatsoever. Oh my god, it turns in so easily. Oh, that sounds so good! Oh, I am so aroused right now, everybody. I've wanted to ride one of these for so long. Let's duck in here and go and fill her up. Let's put diesel in it, shall we? No keyless or anything like that. I probably should put in V-Power, shouldn't I? Don't know. I know a lot of people moaned about filling up the last Tuono, so this one actually goes in fine. The reason I've got my hand in there is in America you've got to push these things up before it engages the pump. There you go. So, like, see, that it won't work unless I pull this thing up. Then it works. But you can get the nozzle in fine, which is nice. Beautiful. I love this bike already. Oh. I'm going to have to buy one of these as well, aren't I? You know, I said before that I was going to get an R9T. I think I've changed my mind. Drop another 18 grand. That's the only negative thing about these bikes, is they're so expensive. Just I'm trying to race. I've got an erection! Oh, the noise of this thing is absolutely sublime, and I haven't even started riding it. Oh, pothole. Oh my god, it's so agile. It's a little bit, I mean, if I was being really critical, this is a little bit plasticky, this whole thing here. But then if you're ever looking down at the switch key, you just do that, and it takes your mind off it. Oh, this video is going to be more giggly than usual. Sorry. I do think the only negative is it doesn't have a proper fuel gauge. Oh no, it does have a fuel gauge. Ah, I didn't think it had a fuel gauge. Oh no, now it doesn't have any negatives. So far anyway. Oh, bollocks, now I've got to buy one. That's the legal requirement, right? Second gear. Tunnel. Oh my god! This is a stock exhaust! Oh, I really hope that tunnel didn't have a speed camera in it. Oh my Jesus, baby Christ. Fudge in the bumhole. Oh, the noise of this thing is actually trouser tent inducing. So yeah, while I'm trying to behave just as before we get to this windy bit of road, freeway was completely fine. I couldn't quite work out how to set the cruise control. I think you have to pull it over, but you have to pull it to one side. But I was just going along like adjusting the traction control and wheelie control. So I think that was just me not knowing how to do it. My wrist hurts a little bit, but that's just because I've been sitting on it for 15 minutes on the freeway. That road looks very good. Why are we not going up there? Should we go up there? Let's just go up here. I said in my S1000RR review that bike was ludicrously quick, which it was, and still is. Obviously all those bikes are. Oh, this is like as quick as the S1000RR. I'm gonna have people kicking off saying I'm wrong, but this has got so much torque. Like third gear, it is just, there's just so much grunt, and I think that's what makes it like perfect. Because I was sitting on the highway, he's doing like under the speed limit, and I had to overtake someone, and it was gentle roll on, and I was doing like, it just absolutely took off. Oh my god, look at this road, man. Oh my god, this is so good. I know you lot are probably laughing because I'm barely leaning the bike at all, but you don't even need to. It just turns. Oh, this bike is insane. I don't ride super bikes, I don't ride naked bikes that often. You guys know I've got an adventure bike. I don't claim to be some kind of pro rider in any form, but this thing is making me feel like I'm Marc Marquez or something. It is so dialed, it does exactly what you want it to do. There's no movement underneath you or anything. Thunder in the canyons! The only thing I've noticed that I'm not a massive fan of is it pumps out a lot of heat when you're sitting in traffic. Not the end of the world, like you just need to get moving, but oh, toys. I've never ridden a bike and been scared of how quick it is, but this is just, I think it's like the S1000RR in the way the numbers go up, but there's the torque out of the corner is just absolutely incredible. And I just thought, this is just so good, like as if I'm doing this right now. What is life? I'm riding a brand new 2021 Tuono V4 factory through the canyons in LA, and 6 weeks ago I was sat in London going, ugh. If you stuck an Austin racing can or something like that on it, I mean, I dread to think how good it would sound. I would literally like, oh, can I pull over here? Can I pull over? Yes. Oh, this is taking effort. Like, it's such an easy bike to ride, but everything is going on. Like, all of your emotions are just getting absolutely attacked. I was going to say raped. You've got that incredible amount of torque, like shoving you out of the corner. Then you've got the really good, I mean, I think these are, I assume they're like Brembo Stylemas or something. Yeah, I mean, they're dual disc Brembos on the front. and then you pull on those brakes and it just shoves your like organs back to the front of your body. You throw yourself into a corner and then you're back on it again. Oh my god, it's an absolute, like, it's a roller coaster to be on it. It's insane. I came very close to buying a 2018 one, which is the previous generation, but it's the facelifted model, so it's got the TFT, it's got the other little bits in it, and the front end of this I think looks I'm on the fence whether it looks better, but I think this looks really, like, this front end has just brought everything up to date. It's got the, let me turn these on. It's got these front LED lights, which I don't know if you guys can see, but they just bring the front of it looks so much more up to date. You obviously need to get rid of these, which I think that's more of a US thing. In the UK, I think they've got thinner LED ones. Obviously, it's not ideal for the motorway. There's not really much wind protection or any wind protection. You get a little bit of the old wrist aches kind of thing, but yeah. This is what I mean with this exhaust. I'd be happy to start that on my driveway in the morning. It's obviously got a valve. See, that's not that loud. Oh, and then it does that. Oh. Can't believe that. Right, let's get going before a car comes. Go through that oil. Perfect. Like, it's obviously got a valve because there's no noise there, and then you open it up and it just starts. I mean, cliche as it is, it really starts to sing. This is knackering. Like, I mean, obviously it's me and I'm wildly unfit. I just can't believe it's just, I have confidence in everything. Oh, wow. Tight little corner. I accelerated relatively hard, and the front wheel barely came off the floor, and I've got traction control, I've got the wheelie control quite low, feeding into that confidence that I was saying about earlier. Say you're buying this bike and it's like a big step up for you. Yes, okay, it's insane. It like feeds everything into the bike. It's so good. As I said before, it like assaults the senses. However, the electronics just save it. There's no worry about them at all. This has been a very, very expensive day for me. Oh wow, there's a Supra. Oh, cool. That's cool. So this, everyone, is Neptune's Net, which is like a biker stop. Actually, I might just go over there because they're all coming out. And the turning circle on this is a bit crap. Oh, what a sublime bit of kit. I'm gonna go and get some food. I need to Royal Jordanian this exhaust, don't I? Let's stick a sound recorder literally in the cylinders. You guys are probably going to be watching me on the 360 cam this entire journey for no reason whatsoever. I'm going into the mountains and I'm following these 3 or 4 cars. Mercedes SL, a GT3 or GT2 RS, and a Honda NSX. I was just talking to one of you lot on Instagram. Actually, I don't know whether he follows me on here. A guy called LeBouf. And he has a Speed Triple RS. Beautiful bit of kit, and he's got a really cool I think it's a Pro Race can. Sounds unreal. But yeah, anyway, I was chatting to him on Instagram, and he just said, like, before I come home and essentially buy one of these. Had to get up to the speed limit, sorry. Before I come home and buy one of these, take it out again in the UK. This soundtrack with these roads, this sunshine, like, it's very easy to be overwhelmingly positive about a bike. I think if I... that was a little bit slippy, a little bit of dirt on the road. It's not quite a super adventure, Sam, remember? I still think I'd want one. And I'm not even scratching the surface on what this thing can do. These cars aren't going slow either, they are really going for it. Oh Jesus, this thing's quick. The worst thing about this bike is it is so fast that you can't use it. That sounds good. Ah, my turn to do the tunnel run. Oh wow! This Tesla's really unhappy that I've just undertaken him at the lights. Oh, what's with that, mate? Oh, darling. That's cool. You good? You too. So, what I thought I'd do, after having a bit of a play with that guy, I thought I'd give you a quick synopsis at the end of my ride. I've done knocking on 150 miles. I did quite a bit of canyon stuff, but I also did quite a bit of town riding, a little bit of sort of slow stuff, a little bit of whatever. I could get through there, couldn't I? Yes. Fuck it, let's get through. The bike itself, all round, is an absolutely phenomenal bit of kit. There's not enough superlatives, I've said that a couple of times, but there's not enough superlatives to describe how insanely good this thing is. It is, in the canyons especially, it is just unreal. It obviously sounds insanely good. It has torque everywhere in the rev range. It is stupid fast. It handles like it's on rails. It is incredible. So those four things together, making this a sort of B-road blast bike, a track toy, any of the above, insane. So good, almost ideal. The fact that they've added a fuel gauge for this year's model, and they've updated the TFT and the headlights and everything, like, brilliant. That really brings it up to speed, and it really sort of ticks off some of the issues that I had with the last one, to be fair. Negatives wise, there's not many. There's really not many. My wrists are aching a bit in the mountains when you're sort of moving around, or you're like moving around on the bike, should I say. There's not a problem at all with them. On the motorway or the highway or whatever you want to call it, they do start aching a bit. It's not a super painful I'd have to stop riding kind of thing, but it's something to be aware of. Like, your wrists will start to sort of have this, like, a dull ache to them, if that makes sense. As I mentioned, I'm about 5'9". I've got 32 inch inseam, so pretty average height, should I say. Go. Pretty sort of average height, shall we say, and I can get both my feet down. I'm more than comfortable. I've got loads of room on the seat and everything To quote Chopsy, my arse doesn't hurt at all. There's no, like, I could ride this easily for another 2 or 3 hours if it wasn't for my wrists. Fuel economy's not been too bad actually. I did about 100 miles before it got down to half a tank, which is pretty good going for a bike like this. I don't know how quick that half a tank will then disappear, but you know, not the end of the world. I think the only actual proper negative other than the wrists is probably the heat that it generates. Now I know I'm in California, so it's difficult to just... Oh my god, it's got so much power. It is a very warm day today. You're probably looking high 20s. The heat is I mean, it's definitely noticeable. It's under my thighs, it's under my legs, it's on the inside of my legs. It is very warm. It's not like horrendous. You only really notice it when you start going slow. But there has been times today where I've sort of opened my legs like this just to get a bit of a breeze in them. And the only other negative is getting it into neutral when you're stopped is a bit of a pain in the backside. When I don't know whether I'll be able to show you, but basically it's fine. But what I've ended up doing, as I come to a stop, I'll clutch in and put it into neutral that way, because it goes into neutral really easily. When you're stopped, I've gone from first to second to first to second to first to second a few times before I find that neutral, no matter how gentle I am with it. It's a little bit annoying, but again, you just sort of do it when you're coasting and you're fine. Clutch is really light, the brakes are really good as well. I think I might have said earlier, but I was slightly concerned today because I have wanted to ride this specific bike for years, and I was slightly concerned it was going to be one of those meet your heroes kind of, where you thought it was going to be amazing and it turned out to be average. Besides the Mitchell brothers cooking when I stop and a slight dull wrist ache, I want one. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go and give this back, and I will see you in next week's video.